Welcome to the experience of the Triple T Josie Gray Show, where truth and transparency in life's challenges bring help, hope, and healing.
Listen now as Josie tells the truth about personal growth and spirituality, relationships, health, and finances.
Tell the truth, Josie. Well, thank you for that warm introduction. This is Josie Gray and the Triple T Josie Gray Show. Well, we're doing a special edition today. As you can see, I am standing in about 5 to 7 inches of snow. We here in the lower part of South Carolina, we experienced out on the southeast coast a major snowstorm. They call it a snow cyclone, I think it is. Well, I wanted to take this time and talk just a little bit about what cyclones in our lives do to us and how to understand that they all have a purpose. Here we go. So I can talk from my own life. We're getting ready to really dig in and give some real truths, some hard truths, some things that most people don't know. But I think one thing about the Triple T Josie Gray Show that people will begin to appreciate is my own transparency. We cannot bring healing to others until we experience healing. Knowing that you're healed is being able to talk about what you've gone through without the bitterness, without the hatred, without the envy, without the disappointments, without all of those other things that are negative. So for myself, I was thinking about some of the storms that we go through. We go through, storms on our careers. We go through storms in our families. We go through divorce. We go through loss of family members. We go through relationship chaos. Here's the thing. For me, I went through about an 8-year span of a relationship that I found it hard to let go of. What happens when you're in a place or experiencing something that you're holding on to and you really know it has its good points and then it has the points that are not so good, but you know it's not best for you? It can be good, but it's not best. So what we're going to start to deal with is how to let go of those things we know aren't good for us so we can prepare ourselves for the better, right? We're going to start dealing with the issues, the true issues of life that no one wants to talk about, no one wants to share because they're embarrassed or because they don't want to be judged. Forget all that. We want to bring healing to you. We want to talk about the nitty-gritty, low-down things that no one wants to actually admit. So this is the Triple T Josie Gray Show. As the snow begins to melt, you'll see cars passing by me. That's totally fine. That lets you know that I'm real, right? Well, as this show begins to end, I want you to understand the snow is going to melt. As the snow melts, it's preparing us for better days. It's preparing the ground for to be fertilized. It's also preparing for flowers to come up. We don't think about that. When storms come, we don't think about the beauty after they're gone. We don't think about how we bond together during the storms. We don't think about the good things. I want to begin to start talking to you about the good things. What happens after the storm? First of all, how do you come through the storm? When you're going through a storm, how do you get out of it? Secondly, how do you let go of what you went through in the storm? Is how to let go of something that's not good for you. And you know how we're in situations where we know it's got its good things and its good qualities, things that make us better, but then there are also those things that are not so good for us. And many times we hold on to those things because they become familiar, they become what we're accustomed to, and it's hard to let go of. Thirdly, how do you grow from the storm? It's really designed to make you grow. For instance, when the snow goes away and when it melts, it gets rid of germs, which makes it easier for flowers to grow and different insects and animals to live. We don't think about the fact that when we go through storms, there are things that it's designed to pull out of us, as well as there are things it's designed to press in us. Once you come out of that particular thing, whether it's a divorce, because so many of us storms, it's divorces, we lose family members, we go through catastrophic things in our careers. So many people live in different areas in the United States and all over the world where they lose their homes. These are detrimental, these are catastrophic things. But in everything, we're taught and told to give thanks. So we want to talk about the things to be grateful for and how to learn out of those after coming out of those things. Well, as I said, I'm standing here in these 5 to 7 inches that are now melting. And look at this. As things begin to melt around us, we then begin to see the things that we're accustomed to. We then begin to see the things that we can actually put our hands on, like once we see the ground. We're accustomed to walking on that ground, right? Well, here's another thing that I want you to also remember. When you come out of a storm, storms are places and things that are not familiar to us. Most of us are typical to living a life that we're pretty comfortable in. Things are pretty normal. But when we have a storm, storms make it where that's areas that we're not accustomed to. It's uncharted territory. So when this begins to melt, we'll see that territory that we're accustomed to. So be encouraged. The time is coming and you're going to see cars passing behind me. That lets you know that I am real and I am actually standing out here. So that's great. But when we go through those storms, you'll begin to remember what you're accustomed to will be there. And there are times when we don't want those things to be there because those are the things that originally caused the storm anyway. But we'll deal with that a little deeper later. This is the Triple T Josie Gray Show. You'll find that my contact information is at the bottom. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Please make it a part of your business to share this with someone else if it's impacting your life. Thank you so much. Again, this is the Triple T Josie Gray Show. And I'm going to walk off and just let you see the scenery just a little bit because it's so beautiful. Make it great.